segment of Lifestyle, we'll be focusing solely on SA Fashion Week, bringing you exclusive interviews from local designers. Starting with Mpumelelo Dlamini, who's the creative director of Ezokhetho.
Ezokhetho embodies the South African person. So the aim is to tell South African stories as well as African stories in a contemporary space. I want to be able to educate people around us as well, to be able to celebrate our cultures in an everyday environment. So that's basically it.
How did you get started in the industry?
I got started when I was quite young. Straight after high school, I knew that I wanted to study fashion. I was always interested in fashion, growing up with a lot of women in my family, my mom, my aunts. They were very fashionable, and fashionable in a budget. That really did motivate my whole thing in fashion.
And does that sort of resonate within the works that you do?
Yes, definitely. My work is inspired by women, women empowerment. I want to be able to free women so that they dress in a way that makes them comfortable, in a way that empowers them wherever they find themselves.
Now, how hard has it been coming up within the fashion industry?
Coming up in the fashion industry has been a bit of a challenge because our industry is quite young. Fashion industry in South Africa is quite young. So it's also about educating the market as well as to why fashion, why South African designers, why they should invest, you know. So coming up hasn't been as easy, but it's been a journey that has been worth doing and walking.
Having said that, let's talk about some of the milestones that you've managed to achieve with Ezokhetho, and how those milestones have redefined who you are today.
It's been quite the journey. So starting off, we had a pop-up in Milan, and that was quite successful. That's when I knew that there's a market out there for my clothes, and then we started selling in retail in South Africa. Also, the response was quite good. That is one of the milestones. Started showcasing at the South African Fashion Week, and the reception was really, really exceptional. And also, recently we just won Emerging Talent of the Year, which was quite a defining moment for me career-wise, because it means it's a nod that I'm doing something right.
Now, talking about SA Fashion Week, how important is it for not just designers but also their brands?
It's a business platform for fashion brands. So what they do is they expose you to the business aspect of the fashion industry. So your focus would be creativity, but also with creativity comes the business aspect. So with Fashion Week, it opens up that sort of platform for you to meet buyers and media as a designer.
So when it comes to SA Fashion Week itself, you've stated that it's a great business platform. Having said that, do you believe that enough fashion designers are investing in becoming business savvy?
Lately, yes. I think we're seeing it more as opposed to back in the day. The focus is on the business aspect. We also educating ourselves as creatives that it's okay to create, but it's also a business. You've got a family to feed, you've got a community to look after. And I believe that the time that we're in now, designers are actually investing in that part of their brands.
Having said that, where do you see SA fashion going?
I see it going quite far. I think I see SA fashion being one of the capitals, South Africa being one of the capitals of fashion in the world. One of the reasons is because a lot of designers are being exposed internationally and are able to compete in an international space, and I think that's quite big.
For Ezokhetho, where do you want to take the SA fashion industry?
I want to take it quite as far as I can get it. I want to be able to have people celebrate their cultures, their heritage, their backgrounds in spaces that they never thought they would. It shouldn't just be about Heritage Day, but it should be about us being us on an everyday basis.
For up-and-coming fashion designers, any advice?
Up-and-coming fashion designers, I think hard work. Believe in what you do, work as hard as you can, and also be open to the universe. I mean, it will guide you, it will lead you, follow your instincts, be who you are always, and yeah, that's how I have tackled it so far.
And on that note, I want to thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you so much for having me.